I was born in Spain and I moved to Venezuela when I was 4 years old. Venezuela, wealthy, very wealthy country, attracted a lot of immigrants from all over the place.
Right.
And I grew up surrounded by, kids who were children of Croatians and Italians and Portuguese and Spaniards, because a lot of people, especially after the war, they moved to Venezuela, to get a better future, because there were opportunities. Being from Spain was, the super of your building was from Spain, Gallego, and the super from my building and the super of all the buildings. And the shoemakers were Italian and the bakers were Portuguese. And there was a little bit of a ladder, and the kind of like the worst thing that you could be was Portuguese. That was like, oh, one of my biggest fears when I was growing up is that people might think that I was Portuguese, because being Spanish was bad enough. Don't get me wrong. If you're a Gallego, you were dumb, and that's what they call you. You're Spanish, you're Gallego, and you're dumb, and you have bad taste, and you're a blue collar worker. For a child to reconcile this pressure, you just go undercover. So I got rid of my accent, and if anybody asks me where I was from, I'm like, I'm from Venezuela. That's it.
Yeah.
So when I moved to New York, I'm like, I don't have to hide anymore. I can tell people, that I'm from Spain. So I went to my first party in New York, and this guy came over and he's like, oh, I hear an accent. Where are you from? And I'm like, I am from Spain. And he said, yeah, really. All Puerto Ricans claim to be Spaniards. And I went like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And not because you're mistaking me with a Puerto Rican, just because you think that you can make fun of someone who grows under the pressure of having to hide where they're from. So if you think I'm a Puerto Rican, I'm a Puerto Rican motherfucker. And what the fuck is wrong with that? So
No,
that was my attitude.
And he's just insecure, right? He thought you were Puerto Rican. You speak Spanish, right? He can tell you speak Spanish. And then he thinks, oh, you're Puerto Rican. And you say, I'm from Spain. He's impressed by that. And to show it, he's like, no, like, you're just Puerto Rican. Like, he wishes he could say that, right? He wishes he could say that.
Whatever it was, it bothered me so much that I said two things. And I'm never going to say that to anyone who thinks it's better, because it's not better to be from anywhere.
Right.
You're better if you're a good person. You're bad if you're a bad person.
Right.
You can be born in Luxembourg and you can be an asshole.
Right.
We should get T-shirts that say that. Born in Luxembourg and yet an asshole. Or in Monaco. You can be from anywhere and still be an idiot. So that made me feel closer to the Latino community in New York, because I felt like I had been through that struggle when I was a child. So I could understand, the shame of speaking bad Spanish or a different Spanish, and to be to be perceived a certain way because of your accent or because of your last name or because of whatever. There were moments in my career that I could have gone kind of like more general market, but I felt like if I didn't do what I was doing, who was going to do it?
Yeah.
I keep feeling like my mission, and I could be wrong about it, other than feeding the pigeons, is to bridge cultures and to hopefully help, people understand each other.